Okay, let's unpack this. Close your eyes for a second. Think about the Wizard of Oz. The moment Dorothy opens the door
Oh, yeah.
after the tornado, and boom, everything just explodes into Technicolor. Munchkin Land, the yellow brick road.
The Emerald City, yeah. It was totally groundbreaking for its time, wasn't it? A real piece of media history.
It really was that shift, from sepia to full color. It's just burned into our brains, always pushing boundaries visually.
From the start, yeah.
Exactly. And, well, today that boundary-pushing legacy is getting this wild new update. Our deep dive is into something huge. They're bringing the Wizard of Oz to the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But reimagined using really cutting-edge tech, like right now tech.
Okay, wow. And we're looking at a specific source for this.
Yeah, an observation from Jonathan Black. It lays out this massive project. You've got Google DeepMind, Google Cloud, Sphere Studios, Magnopus.
Warner Bros. Discovery, too, so all the big players.
Right. And our mission here is basically to figure out how they're using generative AI for this, to make this totally immersive Oz experience. What were the hurdles? What breakthroughs did they need?
And it sounds like, for you listening, this isn't just about the tech jargon. It's about taking the story we all know.
Story you've probably seen a million times.
And experiencing it in a way that's just never been possible, like actually stepping inside the movie.
That's the core idea, isn't it? That the Wizard of Oz at Sphere, they're very clear it's not just watching a film.
No, it's a full sensory thing designed to completely surround you in that huge sphere space. What is it, like 17,600 seats?
Yeah, and 160,000 square feet. It's about being in Oz, not looking at it.
And the sphere itself, I mean, that's part of the story here, too. The scale is just nuts. And that 16K LED screen.
Highest resolution in the world, yeah.
So the challenge is immediate.
Yeah.
How do you take this, old movie made for a small, square-ish screen
From the 1930s.
and make it fill that enormous, super high-res space without looking terrible?
Okay, so that's the giant problem. Fitting this old, small film onto the world's biggest screen. What tech made it even thinkable?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. The source says traditional methods like CGI or standard upscaling just wouldn't work.
Why not? Too slow. Too expensive.
Both. It would apparently take years and years of artists manually fixing things frame by frame, and the cost would be absolutely astronomical. So traditional CGI was out.
So if that's a non-starter, they needed something radical. And that's where the AI comes in.
That's exactly it. Generative AI media models. That was the key.
And do we know which ones?
Yeah, the source names Google's models, primarily Imagen and Veo for actually generating the visuals, creating new pixels, essentially. And Gemini seems to be playing a big supporting role, probably helping with understanding the context, the story.
Fine-tuning things.
Right. But what's really fundamental and kind of cool is how much they stuck to the original.
What do you mean?
They made a huge point of not changing the core story. The source is explicit. 0 new lines of dialogue added. 0 new notes of music composed.
So it's not a remake. It's more like an enhancement, a respectful expansion.
Exactly that. Jane Rosenthal, one of the producers, actually said, "We realized that we really needed to do it with AI." That tells you everything, doesn't it? The AI wasn't just cool tech. It was necessary for this specific vision.
Okay, but even with AI taking a 1939 film, the technical problems must have been immense.
Oh, huge. You're starting with actual 35mm celluloid film, not digital files, physical film.
And it was that square 4:3 aspect ratio, right?
Yeah, not widescreen like today. It was grainy, naturally. And because it was Technicolor, that original process used 3 separate black and white negatives.
3, wow. For the color.
One for red, one for green, one for blue. They had to be perfectly aligned to create the color image. So you take that old grainy, layered, small footage.
And try to blow it up for 16K monster screen that wraps around you. It sounds impossible, like taking a postage stamp and making it a billboard.
That's a good analogy. The magnification issue was, well, massive. And then there's another problem. Film language. Cuts.
How do you mean?
Think about traditional editing. Quick cuts direct your attention. Like, when the Cowardly Lion jumps out. The original film cuts quickly. Scarecrow's reaction, Tin Man's reaction, Dorothy hiding.
Right, the camera tells you where to look.
But at the Sphere, the idea is you see it all. You're in the forest. You should be able to see the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and Dorothy hiding all at the same time in this wider environment. Quick cuts would just shatter that immersion.
Okay, so how did they solve that? And the resolution problem.
Right, so they came up with 3 really clever AI-powered solutions, working alongside human visual effects artists, importantly.
Okay, what's the first?
First is what they called the magic of fine-tuning. Basically, using specialized versions of VO, Imagen, and Gemini for AI-based super resolution, taking those original frames and intelligently adding detail and clarity so they look sharp and vibrant on that huge 16K screen.
Making them pop, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Second is expanding the world with AI outpainting. This is fascinating. The AI looks at the edge of the original 4x3 frame.
And paints outwards.
Exactly. It intelligently extends the scene, filling the rest of the sphere's giant canvas, making it look seamless with the original footage. It helps bridge those gaps where the original camera cuts would have been.
Clever. So it creates the world around the original action. What's the third solution?
That's bringing performances to life with generation. This is about taking the original actors' performances, Judy Garland, Burt Lahr, all of them, and carefully compositing them into these new, expanded AI environments.
So integrating the old performance into the new setting.
Yes, but aiming for a naturalism, capturing their original gestures, and staging in a way that just pasting them in via traditional CGI might make look, well, fake or stiff.
Right, making it feel like they were actually in that larger space.
Exactly, and the people involved sound really impressed by what they achieved. Buzz Hayes from Google Cloud said it's way more than just upscaling, it's building a new canvas with artists.
And the DeepMind folks.
Dr. Stephen Hickson called the AI models wildly innovative, said there were times they thought something was impossible, and then boom, the AI figured it out a month later. Real breakthrough stuff, apparently.
Sounds like it.
And Dr. Irfan Essa, another Google researcher, saw it as the perfect way to showcase the magic they've been developing with AI.
But okay, maybe the most interesting breakthrough wasn't purely the AI itself. The source mentioned something else, something more traditional.
Yes. This is such a great part of the story. It turns out a massive leap forward came from digging into old-school film archives.
Really? Not just feeding the AI the movie. What did they find?
They went deep into the Warner Bros. Vaults, found the original shooting script, production drawings, set photos, actual set blueprints, musical scores, the whole production history.
Wow. Okay, but why was that so helpful for the AI? Wouldn't the film itself have all the visual information?
You'd think so, but it's about context and detail. The film shows the result. The archives show the intent and the process. The script explains why a scene happens. The set plans show the actual dimensions the actors worked in. Photos reveal details maybe lost in the grainy film.
Ah, okay. So it gives the AI a deeper understanding of the world it's supposed to be recreating.
Precisely. This treasure trove of historical data let them fine-tune the AI models Veo and Gemini specifically on the world of Oz. The AI learned things like the exact pattern on Dorothy's dress, how fabric should move, the texture of the bricks, details that might be blurry or hidden in the original print.
So it wasn't just guessing based on the film, it had the original blueprints in a way.
You could say that. And the result was a huge jump in quality. Details came through with amazing clarity. Dorothy's freckles, Toto's scamper, all integrated seamlessly into the expanded scenes. It made the AI enhancements feel authentic because they were grounded in the original production's DNA.
And they worked with Warner Bros. The whole time to make sure it stayed true to the original.
Absolutely. The source stresses that collaboration, maintaining the integrity of the classic.
So really, connecting this back to you, the listener, this isn't just a tech demo. It's about preserving a classic film's heart, using these incredible new tools to let you experience it in a completely new dimension. They're calling it a landmark event.
Yeah, and Jim Dolan, the CEO of Sphere Entertainment, even called it a leap of faith in innovation, which really sums up the ambition here.
Okay, so if you're feeling adventurous and want to take that leap yourself, what are the practicals? When can people see this?
The premiere is set for August 28th, 2025.
August 2025. And that's at the Sphere in Las Vegas, obviously.
Yep, 255 Sands Avenue in Vegas. Tickets aren't on sale just yet, but the source says they should be soon. Keep an eye on the official Sphere Entertainment website.
And probably expect premium pricing, given the tech involved.
That seems likely, yeah. The source suggests the price will reflect the cutting-edge experience. Showtimes and the actual length of the show will be announced closer to the date, too. Again, the website's the place to check.
Right. So there we have it, a deep dive into how AI is kind of radically transforming the Wizard of Oz for this absolutely unique venue. It's this amazing mix of old Hollywood magic and seriously futuristic tech.
It really is, and it underlines that this is about more than just watching. It's about immersion, stepping into the story, and that was made possible by creatively combining AI with, surprisingly, those old production archives.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on. If digging into traditional archives was so powerful for enhancing this AI project, what other classic films, or maybe even plays or historical events documented in archives, could be brought to life in completely new, immersive ways by pairing tomorrow's tech with yesterday's forgotten details?